Yesterday, Biden's speech. You know what Biden's speech was? The first thing he talked about. So you know how when you're doing a video on YouTube, what's the most important part of a video you put on YouTube? What's the most important part of a video?
First 3 seconds.
First 3 to 5 seconds.
Catch 'em
if
quick.
you don't get them the first 3 to 5 seconds, you lost them.
Yeah, like I
That's facts. First 3 to 5 seconds. Really, the first 30 seconds is probably like the most important. But yeah, 3 to 5.
stand up,
over.
like stand-up comedy.
It
Same
is
thing.
so important on how you catch my attention.
Yeah.
You know what's the first thing he talks about?
What?
The first thing he talks about is Paul Pelosi, okay,
and the threats of
the hammer,
Yeah.
and then talks about the MAGA Republicans and talks about elections. Like, you know, the whole message was around people that are going to question the elections. And you're sitting there, you're like, okay, rates just went up 3/4 of a basis point yesterday, okay? The market's where it's at. People are concerned. And the only thing he wanted to talk about was elections for midterms the entire time. And Paul Pelosi, 23-minute speech, 22-minute speech, whatever the timeline was, that's all he talked about. And now they're saying that the elections, midterms that are coming up, don't expect real results for a few days. And then Brazil, did you guys see the guy that won
Bolsonaro.
Brazil? Can you pull up the picture of how many people protested in
God.
Brazil?
Oh
Yeah,
my
have you seen the
God.
picture?
Yeah, remind me of like the Iran protests.
How many people go to Brazil protesting? This socialist who's a criminal who won. Do you know who's
that.
getting involved? Do you know who's getting involved to say you can't
what?
question?
In Brazil? You said a socialist criminal who won? Damn, that's a huge protest. When did this happen? When did this happen? I need to watch more of the world news, man, because I just be missing everything. I'm in my own bubble so much that I don't even realize all the things that's going on, man. I need to be more informed. That's something I got to work on. But, man, what's going on in Brazil?
The election results. U.S. CIA, the director of CIA here, one of the leaders of the CIA here, went to Brazil to deal with their elections, and now America is saying it's a fair election. We can't say anything about it, and the voters are saying no. I don't know if you count on my votes or not. So here's where you go with it. If
I'm not gonna lie, on USA's part, that's a little fishy. Why did y'all have to step in and say that? That's a little fishy. That's all I'm saying. I don't know enough to accuse y'all of anything, but it's a little fishy.
somebody is sound who's coming in saying a logical thinker who can sit there and actually come up with policies that are good, this can be fixed in 4 years, the economy. It's not going to take 1 year. It's not going to take 2 years. It's going to take 4 years. And you don't just do it suddenly. It's got to be very, a methodical way of you doing it. And Powell's trying to do it. He's doing his best to do it. It's not easy what he's doing right now. It's a terrible job that he's got. But the challenge, more importantly, is we don't have the right leadership right now to fix this economy, because what they're thinking about is midterm elections, Paul Pelosi, and dividing America, and more pinning everything on Republicans, knowing they're afraid that potentially.
To the Democrats' defense, some Republicans do the same thing. They do. They do the same thing. I'm not going to act like that's not true. I can't just say it's on one side and not on the other side. It's in both sides.
They could lose New York. They could lose Arizona. They could lose all these states. They are so scared that they're saying we need 2-3 days. Look, when you have a friend, or you're dating a girl, you're dating a guy, or you have a business partner, if a person is sitting there saying, dude, I'm telling you, they're constantly saying, I would never do that. 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 Maybe you would do that, or somebody who is keeping a area that they don't want you to look at. We can look at anything, but not that. We can talk about anything, but not that. We can talk about anything.
Nothing to see
Yeah,
when a police officer said, there's nothing to see here, there's definitely something to see there.
So when politicians tell you there's nothing to look at with Brazil elections, there's nothing to look at with midterm elections, there's nothing to look at with this, listen, man, I have a hard time trusting any of these politicians that taxpayers are paying, because they think America's theirs and America's the people's country. That's what it is. And I think more Americans today are starting to realize this bullshit. So going back to the economy side.
No, that is true. I feel like more Americans, more than ever that I've seen in my 24 years of life, are actually opening their eyes and kind of seeing that, wait, they're telling us this, but this is going on behind the scenes. Like, what is the truth exactly? That's part of the reason why I feel like I'm not as informed, because I don't always watch the news and automatically believe what I'm seeing. It's like, it's not really my fault though. It's kind of them feeding us something and not giving us the whole truth. They're giving us whatever section they want to give us, you know? That's why I kind of laid off watching the news and stuff like that. But I do need to be more informed though.
Right? If the right person's operating America, we can fix this. Unfortunately, we have a hard time with the current person that we got because I don't even think he cares about the economy. I don't think he cares about the
Can't
economy.
say
I
he
don't
doesn't
think
care
Hold
about
on,
the
I don't
I don't
economy.
think he cares
Pat.
about the economy.
What do
I
you
don't
mean
think he
by that?
understands the economy.
I'm
I don't think he
being-
cares about security. I don't think those three things are priority to him.
I'm being genuine.
Zero.
I see what he's saying, but that's kind of a reach saying he doesn't care about the economy at all, or saying that he doesn't know about the economy. He was a vice president to Obama, and he is a president right now, so I'm pretty sure he knows more than you do, Patrick. Come on, man. He knows more than you do. Let's be realistic.
I don't, and
I don't.
How do you say he doesn't care about the
I
economy?
don't think those three issues are in his top
don't
five
know.
issues. I don't think he puts economy, security, border in his top five issues.
I'm not going to fight you on the.
Okay, yeah, I could see that, but saying that he doesn't care about the economy or doesn't know about the economy, that's just too big of a stretch. But, you know, economy doesn't really sound like something that's a high priority for him right now. I feel like right now he's focused on the elections and trying to focus on, you know, making Republicans look like the evil people. That's what they always do. So, I don't know. That's a little bit of a stretch, but at the same time, I could see it not being in his top 3 or top 5 to-do lists of things to focus on. I see what Patrick is saying in that aspect of it.
The security and the border, because we can obviously go down the rabbit hole here. If there's a U.S. president that doesn't have the economy in their top
Yeah.
3, I don't care who it is, left, right, up, down, green, purple.
you really
they are
believe that?
fucking missing the boat.
But by the way, you're right, and he is missing the boat. I don't think he cares about the economy because
I mean, I have a hard time believing that he doesn't care about the
George
economy.
Will, who
Yeah.
hates Trump,
I agree.
who hates
Yeah.
Trump,
But ultra conservative.
but ultra conservative. It's
Yes.
very important for the fact that you
Yes.
said that.
Yes.
So listen to yourself. George Will, who can't stand Trump, can't stand the fact that Bill O'Reilly wrote a book called Killing Reagan and went after Reagan. Cannot. If you want to see a shouting match, go watch George Will, Bill O'Reilly. But he cannot stand Trump at all. You know what he said yesterday? George Will begs, if he can show this on the screen so the viewers can see it.
For the sake
George
of the
Will
Republic.
begs Democrats not to run Biden-Harris 2024 and risk America to Trump in scorching op-ed. You know why? Because he knows these two guys could care less about the economy. It may be a top 10 issue. It is not a top 5 issue for them. I think it's like one of those things when you wake up in the morning, you're like, yeah, I got to have some breakfast. I got to have coffee. That's in your top 5.
Honestly, I will admit from what I've seen, at least lately, I feel like Trump talked more about the economy than Biden is right now. 100%. 100%. In the 4 years of Trump, I've heard him talk about the economy way more than I've heard Biden talk about the economy. Same thing with Kamala Harris. I don't really hear her talking about the economy as much as she should because she's a vice president. That's an important topic right now, especially. So that's a little weird to me.
5. Working out, wow, not in my top 5. Probably my top 20. I'm going to skip it today. Coffee, top 3. You think economy is top 3 in this guy's daily issues when he wakes up? Hell to the no. If it was, he would have talked about it yesterday. It's not on his mind.
Well,
Whatever
he's pandering to
the
voters
socialists-
right now.
whatever you
he's
think-
he's pandering to voters. He's going to talk what he thinks people want to hear in order to drive the base to the polls.
But that's the point.
He can't talk about the economy right now because the economy's shit.
But he doesn't realize. So if you and I right now, if you got a big ass cut here, your leg is broken, like literally you just broke your leg. And I'm telling you, so what do you think about what happened with the Lakers yesterday? With the Pelicans. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I'm ready
did
to
you
play.
See
Put
how,
me
did
in,
you see
coach.
that pass from Russell Westbrook? You're like, Pat, my leg is broken. Dude, who cares? They won yesterday.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome. The Lakers won. You're like, dude, my leg is broken. So America's saying, my economy is broken. You're talking about that elections are not going to get the real results for 3 days? What the hell are you talking about? No, he has no clue.
they're
about
already-
the economy,
hold on, he's already-
nor does
that's
he care about the
messaging, though.
economy.
That's messaging,
No,
though.
it's called lack of interest in the economy. It's not messaging.
Adam, there's
it's
something
lack
that
of
goes
interest
deeper
in the
here.
economy.
You have to go on this is the way the left views the economy. Print or tax or regulate. And the guy who's on the far side of tax and regulate, that's Bernie Sanders. I've now described to you what the far left looks like. Ultra regulate, ultra tax. And then over here, print. Just print the stuff. AOC has even said we should do, it says, why not print another 1.1 trillion? If it helped all the people, then print another. They don't understand that there is a piper to be paid, and it is the Federal Reserve balance sheet. They, on the left, they don't think of it that way.
Okay.
And by the way,
I hear what you're saying, but Bernie Sanders and AOC don't have anything to do with the fucking economy.
No,
Thank God.
I'm talking about
they're not doing anything.
I agree with you.
They're not Paul Volcker. They're not
My
Janet
point
Yellen.
is,
they're not
that
Jerome
is-
Powell. That's not the people touching the economy.
Adam,
they wish they could.
That's correct.
Thank
but
God
that
they
is
don't.
the number line of going to the left of how they approach the economy. You tax it, you print, you regulate. And go take a look what happened in Greece 10 years ago. Go take a look why that there's conservative leaders getting elected in Europe, because the people know it doesn't work. What's going on here in Brazil is all connected. If you've heard about international economy, and they talk about BRIC, B-R-I-C, Brazil, Russia, India, China, as the four biggest economies outside of what is known as the Western democratic economies: Australia, Japan, UK, EU, United States, Canada. Well, guess what? The B in BRIC is Brazil, and the globalists do not want a conservative, right-turning Brazil. That is what is happening here. This is all aligned on the globalist left.
I don't know how to feel about this because it's such new information to me right now. I kind of want to do a lot of more research on this Brazil issue. I really want to see what exactly is going on in Brazil. What is happening there? Because if they're protesting like this, it's got to be something serious, something dire. Because I don't really see Brazilians protest like that. Personally, I don't really see them do it. So maybe it's a huge deal. What's going on?
Line thinking. It's all connected. To me, I see a picture coming together very rationally, and that's why you've got George Will stepping out like this, saying, for the good of the republic, let's not go here. And he does not sign up to MAGA or Trump or things like that, but he's saying, let's not go here, please.
No,
he's right.
So Democrats have rarely, the last Democrat president that cared about the economy as a top 5 on his list was Clinton.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's the last time that someone actually had a good balance sheet.
But
the last
he came
president
closest to balancing the federal budget.
Let's not downplay this like he was all by himself without the help of Newt Gingrich, and he was a man of the year, Time magazine, 19. Let's not forget like what he did. So everybody typically says Clinton. Nobody gives the credit to Newt. Newt behind closed doors, one of the sharpest.
Yeah, because his name is Newt.
Correct.
Who the hell wants to give your name's Newt?
One
buddy.
of the sharp. He was a Time magazine man of the year by a liberal magazine named a far conservative right man of the year.
And remember,
he fixed the economy. So, but going here,
12 years it led up to
the
Clinton.
last time this happened, the last time it happened under a Democratic president was a Bill Clinton. Democrats don't wake up in the morning with their number one priority being, economy. Biden said multiple times, the most important issue today is climate change. The most important issue,
Gender.
It's not economy. They don't think economy. You think economy. The average person thinks economy. They don't think economy. They're trying to sidetrack you and confuse you from where the economy is headed towards.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right.
See, that's why I like Patrick, man. He gives it up. He doesn't really care about what other people think. He always speaks his mind, speaks what he believes, and, that's why I always like reacting to his videos. He always has things to say that are interesting, and every time I watch the videos, I feel like I learn something new. So, yeah, what do y'all think about that, man? What do you think about the economy? What do you think about Joe Biden? Make sure you follow me on Instagram at DamiActivated. Make sure you follow the Discord, or make sure you join the Discord in the description below. That's all I got for y'all. I'm out.